Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the God of Next podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. I'm here with my boy, of course, Regular Joe, the TFE. And tonight we have a guest, my man's Just Blaze of the Above the Rim podcast. How you doing, my brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, fellas. How y'all living tonight, man? Let's get this hoops talk in.
Yes,
Good,
sir.
man. Good, man. So we're here to talk playoffs. I mean, all around, of course. Our Knicks are part of that, so we can actually talk about playoffs this year. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna let everybody know we made the playoffs now. So no, they can't say much.
Oh, a Knicks fan won't let you forget.
Nah, they not. They definitely not gonna let it happen. So yeah, we in the playoffs. So let's talk that. Let's talk that. So we got let me see. I have the playoff, I guess, matchups here. Pardon whoever's blocked on the screen. If you can or can't see it. But right now we got the Bucks. The Heat just now beat the Chicago Bulls. So the Heat are in the eighth seed. They will be playing the Bucks in the first round. And of course, the Cleveland Cavaliers will be playing the one and only New York Knicks. And the Brooklyn Nets will be playing the 76ers. And the Hawks, who just beat the Miami Heat last night for the 7th seed, are playing the Boston Celtics in the East. So this is a kind of a weird one, man. Like we were talking backstage a little bit, and I'm just thinking about the fact that the Bucks and the Heat are going to be playing each other in the first round. And if you guys remember, back during their finals run, the Heat actually beat the Bucks on their way to the finals. And I made the comment that it's a possibility that they can get swept in this series, the Miami Heat. It's a possibility. You know what I mean? That the Bucks are not to be played with. But regarding that matchup, Joe, tell me how you feel about the matchup with the Bucks and the Miami Heat.
Well, you already know what I have to. I feel like that's why you asked me first. I feel like the Miami Heat are not the boogie monster that everybody thinks they are. I think that a lot of it is reputation now. I predict like a gentleman's sweep. I think in that the Heat can't rebound. They don't have size. The Bucks are enormous. Giannis is a monster. I mean, you still got Jimmy Butler who could go like Super Saiyan at any moment, but I don't know. I just don't think the Heat have enough. They don't have enough offense. They don't have enough size. This Bucks team is just. I know that Cleveland is the number one defense in the NBA. But to me, they're like legit the best defensive team in the NBA when they're locking.
Right. Yeah, for sure. That's why.
And the Heat are the worst offensive team in the NBA. Or one of them.
Right. That was another comment that I had made backstage as well. Just tell me how you feel about that matchup.
I agree, man. This is definitely going to be a gentleman's sweep, in my opinion, if not a sweep. Because you were thinking sweep also. I'm trying to give Miami the benefit of the doubt. I feel like Jimmy Butler might get you a little 40-piece, 45-piece, one of those games. But these brothers are overmatched. They already messed up what they were supposed to do by not making sure they won the first game against the Hawks and played the Celtics in the first round, because that was a better matchup for the Heat.
Much better matchup.
That's a team that they're more comfortable playing against, and they match up better against.
Right. Yeah.
They messed up not winning that game, and they sealed their fate because Giannis about to get him up out of here real quick. It's over.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I would be surprised if Miami won 2 games. I would really be surprised if they won 2 games in that series. And that's not, that's not trashing them at all. It's just this Bucks team is really good.
Let me ask you though, bro. What if Middleton is not 100% in the series?
I was about to ask you, because you're like the resident like general NBA guy. I was about to ask you about Middleton's health.
Yeah, it's shaky. It's shaky. Go ahead, Apollo. You go ahead.
It's shaky. It's definitely shaky.
This Does it make a difference?
That was the difference in that series where they did beat the Bucks. I think Middleton wasn't healthy. Was the problem then? He wasn't healthy.
Yeah, he wasn't.
The last
that was last year.
The Celtics. Yeah, the Celtics beat them though because Middleton. So,
no, I mean on the finals run for the Heat when they beat the Bucks was Middlton healthy?
I know. He was there. He was there. About the bubble year. Yeah, he was there that year.
He was there.
He was there that year.
Okay. Well,
he wasn't good enough.
What it doesn't matter then if he's there or not. You know what I mean? Like I'm not sure. I mean, personally, I do feel like this year prior to him coming back that they were a pretty good team even without him. You know what I mean? They were rolling, but I mean, he is an all-star caliber player when he's healthy. So if he's there, especially what he can bring you on both sides of the floor, like I don't think they really stand a chance personally. That's just my opinion.
I agree also. I think if Middleton maybe misses a game or two, maybe it can be pushed to 6. But I think 6 games is gonna be tops in the series, with or without Middleton. 6 game tops, 5 games more than likely, but they don't need Middleton as much for this particular series because they do have guys that can fill in, that can step in, and they rested right now, so they're ready. They're hungry right now.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think that team is they want to make another finals run, man. They want to go back to the finals. They want to get back. They want to get another ring. I think they're a lot more hungry because of what happened last year and them not making it back to the finals after winning a championship. So I think it's going to be a big deal. We're going to see a different side of Giannis. You know what I mean? That's going to be exciting. But we know how that's going to go. The other series that I do want to talk about is the other team that played Miami last night and won. The Atlanta Hawks. They've been literally a mediocre team this year. Like
big mid.
Every stat. They're like literally middle of the pack in every stat. Which is funny because I was also talking to Just backstage about how out of all the fan bases, the Hawks are still the ones that yap the most towards us, bro. Like they still have the most to say because of that series. So I mean, and understand what can we say? What can we say? They got us. But they have been mid all year. And they will be playing the Boston Celtics this year in the first round.
Yo, Cap, what was that crazy stat we seen? It was like they're 1-1 in their last 2. They're 2-2 in their last 4. They're 3-3 in their last 6. They're 4-4 in their last 8. And it literally just kept going like that for like 40 games. Like it's crazy, man.
They're straight mid, bro.
They finished 41-41. Like they are the definition of mid. Like if you put mid in the dictionary, like the Hawks are like Hawks, right there.
The Hawks logo, right there. I mean, listen, you do have Marcus Smart on the Celtics for one of those guards. I think he can give Trae Young fits. I don't know what Dejounte Murray's going to do with Jaylen Brown on him, though. You know what I mean? Like, I think I don't think this is a team that I think can really get swept. I really think they can get swept. But we also know that the Celtics can fall asleep.
Yes.
The whole game. You know what I mean? Because they can just fall asleep for an entire game and then come back and act like that game never happened. That's the only reason why I don't think this could be a sweep. But with the team that the Boston Celtics have, my opinion is this series can go. This is another gentleman's sweep, in my opinion. But Joe, tell me what you think.
I think the Hawks could push it to 6, man. Only because, like, so my reason for thinking that is because of Trae Young, right? Like, for whatever reason, he seemed to really like the big stage, man. So, like, he could have some games where he absolutely goes off. So, yeah, I wouldn't put it past the Hawks winning 2 games. but ultimately they'll lose this series. I mean, the Celtics are it's just a lot. It's a lot there. And you're
Yeah,
dealing with that team, man. Like Tatum and Brown, Horford and Smart. It's a lot to deal with.
and then you still got Brogdon. You know what I mean? Like guys like that.
The 6 man of the year runner up.
6 man of the year runner up. We'll get to that later. Well, I got some words for that guy. But I think, like I said, depending on who the Celtics want to be that night, whatever night it is, they can win. They're supposed to win every game. Like they have the team to win every single game, honestly, because they have the team that can actually play on both sides of the floor. These guys are just in the finals last year. So I just, my opinion, I don't know. That's just me.
They could literally throw 5 two-way guys on the court like at all times. They're scary.
That's a very, very scary team. But just your opinion. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, bro. I think this is an easy one too, man. Get these boys up out of here in about 5 or 6, man.
Yeah.
6. Trey Young. Ice Trey is gonna go off one or two of those games, especially probably game 3. I'm guessing because I think they're gonna be down 2-0. I think when they get down to game 3 in the ATL, they're gonna be a little bit desperate.
Right.
And Trey Young's gonna go off for a nice 40 ball, 45. Gonna get some good shots, good clutch shots from Bogey, and I think they're gonna have a good. It'll look on the surface like the Hawks are playing well, but they're never really gonna be in control of the game or in control of the series, in my opinion. But this is another warm up right here. The Celtics, they need to be ready because this is another warm up, and I think they are about in about 5 or 6 also as well, because the Celtics need to make sure they get them up out of there because they got their hands full in the next round. So I think this is an easy one also.
This is an easy one. That's the easy one. So the next series, just to refresh everyone's memory on the bracket and how it looks. Like I said, as of right now, in the 8th seed in the East is the Miami Heat, and they'll be playing the Bucks. So we already talked about that. Of course, we just finished talking about the Celtics and the Atlanta Hawks. So we're gonna go on to the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers. Very interesting team. The team that I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm scared of, but I just didn't want to see them in the first round. You know what I mean? Just personally, that's just, as a Knicks fan, the way these guys get to the foul line, I don't want anything to do with that. That's just I'm good. I'm good on that.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm good on that. But the other team in New York is gonna have to deal with that, and I'm fine with that. I love that. This series is probably going to be one of the more interesting series in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. I don't think this is going to be one of those. It can be. They have the talent to sweep these guys, technically. But if you watch how the Nets finish the season out, like, these guys can ball, man. You know what I mean? These guys can actually ball. I still see the 76ers finishing this series, but I say Sixers in 6. That's just my opinion with this. I just something about the series tells me 76ers in 6. Just because of, I don't know. I have this thing with James Harden in the playoffs where I just don't know who the hell he's going to be. You know what I'm saying? He's usually
step it up.
He's usually good in the first round, but he usually just somehow, some way, just doesn't step it up. You know what I mean? And hopefully he changes my opinion and a lot of other people's opinion, if you ask me personally. But that's just my opinion. I see that going 6, but six is in 6. That's just my opinion. How about you, Joe?
Get the brooms out.
Get
the brooms out, bro. Get the brooms
Yeah,
out, man.
this
Like
is
they not gonna be able to do nothing with the MVP of the league. Like Nick
Mm.
Claxton is a 180-pound center. Like, yeah, bro. Like, no, get him out of here, man.
Oh man.
Nah, James Harden. James Harden is So playoff James Harden and first round James Harden are not the same guy. Like, it's very important to distinguish the two.
Yes. He shows up in the first round. First round, James Harden shows up. It's after that first round where it's like, is it the pressure? I don't know what it is, but that's just me. I don't know, but something tells me this series might go. I don't know. Maybe it's a hot take. You know what I mean? They're still gonna lose, but I just think it might be in 6. That's just me. What about you, Jess?
Yo, man, I'm not gonna hold you, man. I actually think this is gonna be a long series. I'm not gonna lie. Regular Joe, you disrespecting him right now. I was trying to hold off, but son, you throwing wild disrespect. Hold on now. Now listen, I like the Sixers. Now don't get me wrong. Sixers is one of my favorites in the East. Sixers, I'm actually high on this playoff run. I'm actually high on them, but don't sleep on them Nets though, man. I know the team is not sexy right now. It's not sexy on paper. You don't know where the scoring is gonna come from. You don't know who's gonna produce from night to night. But these boys are playing hard right now, man.
Balling,
why they even better? No Ben Simmons in the lineup.
That's a fact.
No Ben Simmons
Very
in
true.
the lineup. They are better.
That's
they are better.
Very true.
That's a fact.
Sit his ass on the bench. Now they're playing more as a unit. Jacques Vaughn has these guys really playing hard, really playing well. Mikal Bridges is really coming into his own. I'm watching out for him this series because I said it on my episode earlier. I want to see how he deals with the physicality of PJ Tucker guarding him. That's something that he's never had to deal with, especially now as a number one option. Because usually Mikal Bridges used to be in the third or the fourth option on offense. So he never gets the opposing team's best perimeter defender, especially not in the playoffs. So now this is gonna be a totally different adjustment for him, and it's even tougher because he's doing it in season. Like he had 2 different roles in the same season. So I'm watching out for him to see how he actually really deals with PJ Tucker and his physicality.
Yeah, and it's not just PJ being on him. Like he's about to see all kinds of traps and stuff that he never had to. Like I think I was listening to Knicks Film School. They did a collab with the Chase Down. Those are the guys over in Cleveland. They're like the official Cavs podcast. And Darius Garland talked about how last year, they played in that play-in, and he said that he was seeing defenses that he had never seen before. So I don't know, man. Like Mikal is about to see some stuff. That's what I'm saying, man. Like he's about to see a lot of different looks that he maybe didn't have to see during the regular season. He's never been on number 1 before in a playoff series. I think this is over very quickly, gentlemen.
Wow,
that might be the hot take of them all. All right, cool. I like it.
Regular Joe said them Nets are regular.
Get them out of here. He said
they are regular.
He said get them out of here. He said they got to go.
Get Babe Bro out of here, yo.
Get Babe Bro out of here. Get little bro out of here, man. Listen. I know how it feels to be little bro, man. That hurts. That hurt me. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. I don't have any problem. If they get swept, cool. I think that does well for a lot of Knicks versus Nets slander over the summer. I will enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? We can hold that over them for a little while, especially after they got done dirty by the guys that supposedly just did us dirty, where I think we in essence dodged the bullet, if you really want to be honest. But I'm cool with that. So of course we move on to, I think, should be the most entertaining series in the Eastern Conference, and I'm not saying that just because I'm a Knicks fan. Honestly,
It is.
I,
It
I
is.
was expecting you to say this for like last.
Nah. We this the last one in the first round
Yeah.
of the East.
Nah. Yeah. Get that in. Get that in right now.
Get that
Talk
in. We
about that right
can touch
now.
the West. We can touch the West after that.
Let's get it. Let's get
But
it.
the Knicks, I think the thing about this is the story of Donovan Mitchell. It's not just about the matchup, because these teams really match up very well. If you ask me, I think it matched up very evenly, which is usually how it goes with a 5 and 4 seed. But I think the story of the Donovan Mitchell trade last summer and it not happening for New York, and then it happening, and Cleveland steps in at the last minute and they make that trade. And then people coming out of the woodwork saying, well, Donovan should have put his foot on the gas a little bit and force his way to New York. And you know what I mean? There's a whole lot of different stuff that came out with that. And here we are playing them in the first round of the playoffs. Like, go figure. Not only that, if you remember last year in the playoffs, Donovan Mitchell was knocked out of the playoffs by Jalen Brunson. So not only did you up and leave the Western Conference and this whole big shebang with New York, and you're not going there, and now everybody wants to make the story about Donovan not going to New York. Now Jalen follows him right to the Eastern Conference, right to the first round once again. And Donovan has been quoted giving Jalen his props. The last game we played them, where Donovan went off, I think he ended up with 42. Jalen still ended up with 48 and 9 assists, and he gave him his props after the game. He said, "Yeah," he said he dropped in at 50. He said, that's." He said, "That's not even what I'm looking at." He still dished out 9 assists. You know what I mean? And that's something that and what was it? Didn't Jalen Brunson become the first Knicks guard since Richie Guerin to average 20, 23, and 6?
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
That is 1960 something.
Yeah.
So, sounds about right.
It's been 60 years since somebody averaged 23 and 6 in a Knicks jersey as a point guard.
Yeah, that game was crazy too, bro. Like that last Cavs game, like that was one of the cleanest games I've seen played in like the NBA this season. Like they didn't, neither team turned it over. Like the shot making was out of this world. You had the duel with Jalen and Donovan. That was just a crazy game, man.
It was a crazy game, especially because Donovan, like I said, off of the hype, he starts off 9 of 9.
Was it 84 points in the first quarter?
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
It was crazy.
But to the Knicks' credit, the Cavs scored 45 in the first quarter. They only scored 69 points the rest of that game.
That's
what does that tell you?
This is why I'm kind of like, one of two things can happen. If we follow the stats, if we follow everything that says this should be a really, really even series, this should go 7 games. Or if the Cavs don't like to show up in the second half of games like they did in that game, and probably the 2 games before that, because they only beat us the first game of the season in October. If they play anything like they played the last 3 times we played them, which I don't expect them to, you know what I mean? Then I think this could be a shorter series than people will actually think, which will actually make people get overly excited about the Knicks, which I don't think they should do. I think that this team just matches up very well with Cleveland, because I think we have to play the Bucks next round if we win.
Yeah.
So let's make this all. You know what I mean? Like this is it. This is the chip for us this year. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Because after this, I'm not sure. So personally, my prediction after all of that long-winded, I do see this going. I don't like giving these predictions. Of course, I think the Knicks are gonna win the series. Cause why would I be here if I didn't think?
Shit, you know, I don't do predictions in like my normal everyday thing.
Yeah,
ever. I don't. It's not my thing.
Right, especially if it's gonna be a Knicks included. I'm gonna think we're gonna win all the damn time, and then I'm gonna be disappointed. But based off of what this team has shown me, and I personally don't think Julius Randle's gonna miss the first game at all.
No, he's playing, man.
He's playing. I think this can. I'm gonna say Knicks in 6. That's my prediction. Knicks in 6.
6. Shit.
How about you, Joe? Tell me how you feeling.
So I wore my camouflage because I'm war ready.
Woo.
Talk to me. So I think that it's very important for Knicks fans to like not put too much stock into what happened during the regular season.
Facts.
Just like with Cleveland only had their starting lineup once in the games we played them. I think that was the first game and we lost. The Knicks also were a completely different team in that first game we played them. Like the rotation was completely different. Fournier and Rose were in the rotation. They hadn't yet gone. Yeah, Grimes didn't play. Like they hadn't yet gone to the 9-man rotation yet.
They still had Kevin Love. Right.
They still had Kevin Love, who just went berserk in the fourth quarter in that game. Like both teams were just so different back then. And like I said, never played them with the starting lineup. The last time we played them, they didn't have a Okoro or Allen. We didn't have Julius. Like, there's just so many variables when you're trying to make a prediction about these two teams, because I don't think that you could look at anything that happened in the regular season and think that it matters.
Facts.
So, onto this series, though. Like, the health of Julius Randle concerns me, because even if he plays, like, how healthy is he? You know what I mean? Like, what version of Julius is going to show up and play in this series? I don't know. Is the first step going to be there? Is the explosiveness going to be there? Is he still going to have a limp? You know what I mean? Is he going to be able to defend? Like, all these things are on my mind. Then there's this, and I've never seen it. Well, actually, we kind of did see it in the first few games. And
what up, Dre?
What's going on, Dre?
Welcome to the show, Dre. Welcome to the show, bro.
Rick, Joe, you sound like you got a lot on your mind about Julius and his injuries, or
I do, man. It's a huge concern of mine.
Hold on, just keep your thought. Keep your thought real quick. Just just to keep brush Dre up. We just talking about predictions for the first round on all the matchups. We went through the first round.
Oh, we winning. We taking the first round.
We
this
went through
gonna be easy.
We went through every team because we just doing a general NBA drink. So
okay.
We went through every team and every matchup, and in the East so far. And now we just finishing up with the Knicks and the Cavaliers. So I gave my prediction. I said 6. I said Knicks in 6. Joe,
who you got, Joe?
Finishing up his prediction.
So hold on. I'll wait. I'll hold it.
Yeah, hold on.
You didn't go yet? I want to see.
You gonna finish it up?
I ain't go yet.
So the whole thing, and Cavs fans are making a big deal out of this whole Okoro thing. Okoro apparently is really good on guards.
Right.
Brunson didn't play well, except for that last game. He really hadn't played well against Cleveland this year. But they did a really good job on him. I feel like Knicks fans are, I'm not saying you, or anybody on this panel, but I feel like Knicks fans are taking this Cavs team a little lightly.
Yeah.
Like, because we beat them 3-1 during the regular season. This is the only team in the NBA that finished top 10 in offense and defense. Like, that doesn't happen by accident. They were second in that rating. Like, they're really, really good. So, man, my prediction. Knicks fans, y'all not gonna like me for this, man.
But Joshua, get ready to delete his square. I don't want.
Hold
You
on.
know what I'm saying?
I might have to pull him.
I think Cavs in 6, man.
Cavs in 6.
Six.
Wow. In
As
6.
much as it pains my heart to say, man. I think Cavs in 6, man.
I like it.
If I knew that Julius was 100% healthy, I would feel a lot better about it. But I have no idea what version of him we're getting, and that really concerns me.
Okay.
Plus the rust on top of that. Like, how rusty is he going to be on top of all of that? Guy hasn't played in 2 weeks.
Right. Understandable. I like great points, and it's not impossible at all. So I don't want to sit here and say like, nah, you bugging, because we thought we was going to beat the Hawks and we lost in 5. So I don't want to sit here and think that we know what we talk about. Like I said, I don't want to be a homer. I don't know if I'm overreacting or not. I just feel as though when this team is 100% and the way we've been feeling as a team in the unit recently, I think we can pull it off in 6 or 7 at the worst.
Oh, we can.
We can. Yeah, it's possible. Like you said, it's all possible.
They have a puncher's chance.
They do have a puncher's
absolutely 100%.
Facts.
The Knicks are good. Both teams are really good.
Yeah. So Just your prediction.
Fellas, listen. I like this series. I'm not gonna lie. I rock with this series. I think it's a very, very intriguing series to me, right? Got a bunch of storylines, as I said on Twitter. Great guard play from both squads. Some decent coaching. We don't know what's gonna happen with the coaching because both of them can be sus at times and both of them can be good at times.
Facts.
But there's a lot of things that happen in this series, man. I'm looking at the guards, like I said before. Brunson gotta match or slightly match the scoring of Donovan Mitchell. I don't know if he will. My main concern for the Knicks, who's guarding Donovan Mitchell, as I said in my episode before, who's taking that assignment? I asked a lot of people. Nobody has a real answer for me. They giving me Grimes. They giving me RJ.
There is no.
Well, Knicks fans know the answer. Who's gonna guard him? I don't know who's gonna stop him, but we know who's gonna guard him. Exactly. He's gonna see a lot of Grimes.
Who's gonna contain him at least?
He's gonna see a lot of Grimes and he's gonna see a lot of Hart. Honestly, they contained him in the second half of that last game. He only scored 13 points in the second half. Josh Hart was in his shorts.
This is true. That you know what? We did not have Josh Hart the first 2 or 3 times we played them.
The first 3 times.
The first 3 times we played them, we did not have Josh Hart. So that was a big difference.
Would you put your money on any of those dudes?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
no, because that dude is special, man.
He's special.
Who can
they keep him under 30? A couple of people can annoy him. You know, a couple of people could annoy him.
Can we keep him under 30?
Can they keep him under 30 for the season?
I don't think we have to keep him under 30 to beat them, though.
Oh, yes, you do. You do.
I just feel like he's gonna. I feel like it's inevitable. Like he's gonna get his. I don't feel like.
What did he average last year in the first round?
Had to be around 30.
I think he averaged like
50-point games in that series. 2 50-point games.
I think he definitely averaged over 30 in there, and he still lost.
He still lost. Yes.
Got a much better team now.
A much better team.
But I'm just saying that he doesn't need to score 30 to win. In order for them not to lose. You know what I mean?
Now, with that being said, with that behind them, they also have the number 1 defense. They are technically the number 1 defensive team in the league. I don't really consider them the number 1 defensive team in the league, but they have the pieces to be. They got rim protection. They got all of that stuff. So. Who's gonna hold RJ? Who's gonna contain Donovan Mitchell? I'm gonna ask y'all another question now that I asked a lot of people that I talked about with the series. Who's the third scorer on both teams, and who's going to be the better third scorer? I'm assuming you're gonna say RJ.
Is an amazing question.
I'm assuming somebody's gonna say Mobley. Now, y'all Knicks guys, right? I know my answer. I want to Dre. You talk to me. Who's gonna be that third scorer? Is it going
Dre know who the third scorer is.
Do you got your?
We all know who the third
scorer is. Who's going to be the better third scorer?
We all know
who's the better third scorer.
Who's the? First of all, let's ask the Knicks fans here. Who is?
I gotta ask y'all.
Just
no bias.
Because I don't want nobody to say no names yet. I just want to make sure we all on the same page. Who is the Knicks' third best player?
I got a couple of different answers. I want to hear from y'all.
This should be
That's
one
because
answer.
it's not a solid answer. That means there's no solid third scorer. Who's the solid?
Nah, there really is. There really is a solid third scorer. I don't buy that.
You see, look at that. Y'all already disagreeing. Nobody answered
right.
yet.
No, we're not disagreeing. We're not. Well, Dre might disagree because Dre is a nut. But me and Cap know who the third guy is. And if you ask people in the chat, we know who the third guy is.
Who's the third? Dre. Who's the third guy? Who's the third guy?
I don't know. I want to hear y'all.
Nah.
Yo.
The thing is, I already know who Joe's gonna say. Joe knows I'm going.
Y'all shook.
I know.
Nah, bro, I'm not shook at all. I'm not. Not only am I not shook, I have
100% confidence.
I have so much faith in this guy.
Where's the faith?
I know exactly who it is. I want to know Dre. I want to know Dre. Dre, tell me. Just give me your opinion. Because I already know who Joe's gonna say.
Jose giving 2 answers. I need 1 answer.
Come on,
the third scorer?
Dre, come on. Really?
Why y'all putting all this pressure on me? I think
it's not that much. It really isn't that much pressure.
You got that much pressure.
All right.
It's only one answer. Only one right answer.
One answer.
This is our problem.
Harris LeVert.
No, we're talking about the Knicks. The Knicks.
Oh, you said on the. Oh, that's why I'm like, why y'all giving me all this shit on the Knicks? The third scorer?
Yeah, who the third scorer? Third scorer? Why is there all of this? Why is he thinking so hard, bro?
Who's the third scorer?
All right, look, it's not my favorite guy ever. That's why. That's why Joshua wants me to say.
We're already not on the same page. All right, boom.
Bro, the third guy is Emmanuel Quickly, bro. The third guy is the sixth man of the year.
New answer. Now Quickly.
I'm telling you.
Hold on. That's not Quickly's role.
That's not his role.
What do you mean it's not his role?
It might not be his role.
He's the sixth man. He is the third best scorer, but he's our third scorer? I always thought it was RJ. I thought that was his job, but that's
not RJ, bro. I don't view RJ like that. The guy I have 100% faith in is Emmanuel Quickly, hands down. There's no other discussion to have.
I think we do, but I thought we was talking about the starters. I'm sorry.
Nah, we talking about anybody on the team.
Anybody.
Oh, it don't matter. Okay.
I asked
but I think he has evolved. Yes, but he has evolved into our third best scorer.
Emmanuel
sure.
Quickly.
Sometimes better than the third best scorer.
You hear this though? This tells me Knicks Nation is in shambles right now.
Because
they need to know who the third scorer is.
I understand what you're saying.
Me and Cap knew who the third scorer was.
I know what he's saying. He's saying that among all Knicks fans.
Well, I don't know what those people talking about. They must not have been watching all year. There's only one right answer to this question. There's only one right answer. There's only one right answer. The answer is Emmanuel Quickly. That's it. Period.
Now see, to say that, I'm gonna say that's disrespect.
To who? It's not.
That's disrespect to the
It's not. It's not.
Nah, you know why?
I swear to
you know why, bro? Because RJ himself knows.
Cat, pull up the numbers, bro.
As the scorer, bro.
I'm saying
pull up the numbers. Pull up the numbers and show just who is the most impactful player on the Knicks.
Bro,
it's not even close.
Hold on.
No, not lately. Like all season, bro.
Look,
pull up the numbers, Cap. I know you got the numbers. Pull up the numbers. This dude, his impact is unreal, bro.
Nah, it's really
the Knicks with him on the court and with him off the court are absurd, bro.
Okay.
The Knicks with him on the.
I get you guys' argument, but RJ Barrett's supposed to be the third scorer. That's always what I thought it was. I thought it was RJ.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Now, if RJ is not your third scorer, when to me he should be your third scorer, he's being paid as your third scorer. The keys were supposed to be his, but it's not his. So the third scorer on the Cavs is now Evan Mobley. Is that the same talent level with Emmanuel Quickly to Evan Mobley?
I think it is. And I'm not even, I think it is. I believe in this kid that much.
I'm gonna be all right.
Yo, the Knicks with Quickly on the court this year, right? Are the best net rating in the NBA when he's on the court. Like he's that impactful. He's that impactful. No, everybody's where they're supposed to be.
Look at that.
No, everybody's where. What I've been saying for 3 weeks, bro.
You're going to war with IQ is your third best player, and that could win the series.
Yes.
Well, you didn't even pick the Knicks to win the series, so clearly you don't.
I didn't. I think the Cavs are better.
What does that tell you about your third?
They only like 5 games better, bro. What does it happen? What they finish?
This is not like. Listen, this is not like some sort of like this. This series is literally a toss-up.
Look, these
are the
numbers right here. It says Knicks without Julius Randle, 1,919 possessions plus 2.9 net rating, 112 offense, and shout out to Jonathan Macri, by the way, of Knicks Film School. 109.1 defense, which is elite. That's without Randle. Knicks with Brunson and IQ, no Julius Randle, 393 possessions, 19.6 net rating, 128.2 offensive efficiency. That's their offensive rating, and 108.7 defensive rating.
RJ disrespect going crazy in Knicks Nation right now.
Nah, it's not RJ disrespect. It's I believe what my eyes tell me.
Listen, with Brunson and no IQ, just look at it. This is the most important one right here. With Brunson and no IQ and Julius Randle. This is now because without Julius Randle, you see the defensive efficiency is 108.7 and the offensive efficiency is 128.2. That's already without Julius Randle and still having Quickly. Now, if you take Quickly and Julius Randle out of there, 156 possessions, they're negative 3.6 net rating. 111.5 offensive rating, down from 128.2. And the defensive rating drops from 108.7 to 115.1. Just by IQ.
You know what it is, Kat?
Not being on.
You know what it is? I think that there's something about Quickly that's like very unassuming. I think that it's hard for people who are not Knicks fans and who maybe don't watch every night to like really grasp or like comprehend how important this guy is and like the difference that he makes. Like even defensively, like people wonder.
Regular Joe, you IQ pom poms, yo. You need pom poms.
Yeah, like
the numbers are the numbers, bro.
Listen, I'm saying,
but he's still not the Knicks' third leading scorer technically.
He's not the Knicks' third leading scorer. But
RJ is averaging 19 still throughout the season.
That's fine.
So, but this is
unimpressed.
This is my thing. If RJ is still dropping an unimpressive 19.6 points per game
on 19 shots,
throughout the playoffs, let's say he does this, right? While Quickly still does what he has to do, and while Jalen is doing what he's been doing, and Julius Randle is doing what they're doing what he's doing. Collectively as a unit, when everyone is playing the way they're supposed to play, especially as of recent, this team has been very well. Now, especially, it's not just what we're seeing versus everyone, versus the Cavs as rotations, and we're seeing the weaknesses that the Cavs have, and there's certain things that I do see that the Knicks aren't that great at. It could be a little bit of a homer by saying the Knicks can win this one, but I just feel like defensively, the stats that they have against the rest of the NBA, they don't show up versus us all the time, which is why sometimes it's hard for me to just look at the stats and what they do. Like, which is kind of what I mentioned, Joe, or, a show or two ago, is that even though the stats show that this is who they are versus the league, they are also 21 and 26 versus teams above 500.
Very true.
You know what I mean? Like there's
and a really bad road team too.
Right. So there's a lot that can go wrong with the Cavaliers, especially with guys who don't have the experience and the pressure. So, and not to say that the Knicks have all the experience and pressure, but they do have a lot of the core guys that are still here from the last time that they were in the playoffs, that did get that taste, and they do have a better team that can actually go forward. This is a better team.
Fellas, let me throw one more thing out there for y'all with this series. Y'all tell me your thoughts. I said it in my episode 2. I want to hear what y'all thinking. I'm looking at the composure of this New York Knicks team throughout this whole playoff series. I'm looking at the body language. I'm looking how Julius Randle gonna react to calls that don't go his way, because a lot of them are not gonna go his way, especially in the beginning of the series. Game 1 and Game 2. He's got Evan Mobley who's gonna be guarding him. That's no easy task. His assignment is to basically shut down Julius Randle. We know what happens to Julius Randle in the playoffs when he gets frustrated.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just saying. What? Those are not facts?
Nah, don't do that, man.
Those are not
facts? You know why I say
what?
don't do that, Cat. Nah, because he played 5 playoff. Yeah, he played 5 playoff games, and he played with a point guard who couldn't make an open jump shot and a small forward who couldn't dribble. And the Hawks just threw everything at him, and he couldn't score.
That's not a playoff issue. That's a game issue. That wasn't.
You think so?
A playoff. Yeah.
Nah, Alfred Payne.
Alfred Payne right now.
No.
I mean, he does it to the tune of 25 and 10. I mean,
no. This is my thing. I think the difference in that series versus the Hawks in this series can be the reason why it was a lot of what you saw in those 5 games was because they could actually throw a double team at Julius Randle and not have to worry about anybody else. And that's not a problem.
Are you saying he doesn't turn the ball over late in the games? Are you saying
he does
do that anymore?
He does, but listen, he doesn't have the ball in his hands all the time anymore because
not nearly as much.
He now has
this
a point
year.
guard. He now has
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I think we all can agree there. Yeah. But there are still going to be times where he takes the ball up and he doesn't give it to anybody else. There are times he makes that decision on his own to do that. Right. There are times he gets himself into trouble at times with, I guess people can call it hero ball or whatever the hell they want to call it. But there are times he could do that spin over to the left. He could spin back to the right, spin back to the left. There's a double team there, and then he's looking around. He might throw it up. He might pass back. But
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It will happen.
You just said don't do that. You said
but I'm saying don't because you said that. The reason why I said that is because you said that we know how he is in the playoffs, and I just don't think that's fair. I think that's a stigma that got put on him, and I don't think that's fair.
Very fair, brother. I think it's very fair because
the Knicks were literally playing 3-on-5, man. Come on.
Yeah, but they weren't playing against a juggernaut. They were playing against the Atlanta Hawks.
Doesn't matter. They're playing against an NBA. They're playing against an NBA team that had
They went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
They did go to the Eastern Conference Finals. They played against a team that had a plan, and they executed that plan against them. They did. And honestly, that team.
You guys just called the Hawks mid of mid, right?
No, they are now.
That's this year. You talking about 2 years ago, though?
No, but listen.
Now the Hawks say
2 years ago, though. It's 2 years ago, though.
2 years ago, they went on a playoff run, and they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. And this year,
I just don't think it's fair to label Randle as this dude who chokes in the playoffs when he's played 5 playoffs.
I'm not labeling him. I'm not a labeler. I'm just telling you what I see. I'm not a labeler. I don't have that. I'm just telling you what I see. I see Son get a little shook at the end of the games. He spins left, spins right, spins back left, and then makes a mistake. A lot of the time.
That's fair.
There are plenty times towards in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter, he takes reckless shots. Mainly reckless threes at times. Sometimes he can get a little bit careless. Sometimes he can get a little bit careless. I'm just saying that those things, those same type of mental mistakes, yes, those are things that I think will reoccur in this series if he doesn't have his head on straight. And you said before, Joe, when he comes back from injury, you don't know how he's for sure gonna look.
I have no idea what version is.
So his brain is going to think he's regular 25-10 Julius Randle, but his conditioning level may not be there.
His mental.
His mental may not be the same at that point. So I'm worried about the mental mistakes, which is why I was talking about his composure. And I'm not labeling him. He has to know he has a tendency to get way too emotional too soon, I would say. Too soon. We saw that shit yelling that quickly. That shit was unacceptable. Come on, yelling that quickly like that. Come on, man.
Yeah, we talked about that here. We were not happy with him. So
that shit was crazy.
My thing is I do think that Julius is he is the key. That's it. If he can keep his head on straight, we good. I honestly think we should be good. If we don't have to worry about him getting worked up because he didn't get a foul call, if you let Jalen Brunson run the offense, if you let the offense flow without ball hogging, because the problem that I do have with Julius, which I've mentioned with Joe plenty of times, is the fact that he tends to hold the ball too long. And he waits for the double team to get there, and then he can get trapped with the ball in his hands with the double team already there, while everybody already rotated to you being doubled. Instead of seeing the double team coming, knowing it's coming every single time, you know the double team's coming, and you already just swing it. There's a mismatch somewhere. You wait too long, and that's been my only issue with Julius. So my only problem with that is this year teams have been doing that with Jalen Brunson because Jalen Brunson is now the guy that's going off. So now they got to double Jalen Brunson. It's going to be hard.
He might have to get 30. He might have to get 30.
He has to. He has to. I mean, just like Donovan Mitchell has to. Jalen has to do the same. You know what I'm saying? He got to get 30. So if Jalen Brunson's getting 30 and then you start throwing the double team at him, then you have a problem because now you can't double Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle at the same time. You know,
I invite those double teams too on Brunson. I really do. I hope they look the trap.
I hope they do. Dre, my bad. We got a little
damn. Dre didn't even say that this whole time.
We got carried away. We got carried away a little bit. Talk to me about how you feel about this series. We need some positive vibes, big bro. Come on, talk to me.
Yeah, I just don't.
Whoa. Just your prediction. My bad.
You never get a prediction. Prediction.
I forgot. Damn. You know what? I'm gonna keep it a buck though. Cavs in 7. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Cavs in 7.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Because they're at home.
Yeah, because they have the home court advantage. Facts.
But I'll take a game 7 in Cleveland because the Knicks are the 3rd best road team in the NBA. So I'll take it.
Very true. Very true. Numbers that count. Talk to me, Dre.
My prediction, no cap. Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5.
That is a hot take.
Now that is a hot take.
Why y'all laughing?
That's a hot take.
No,
I mean, I'm pushing. Here's the hoping for a stress-free sweep by the Knicks. That's what we hope for.
I honestly feel like, you guys were talking about the statistics with Cleveland being the best defensive team, but they still ended up being the 4th seed in the East. All right, what did they end up being? 4th or 5th? 4 or 5 games better than the Knicks.
Yeah,
I think we dropped the last few games. We didn't have a lot of people, so as far as the
3
numbers,
games.
Something like that. It wasn't like they're not that much better than the Knicks. And I just think that over the season there was points where we didn't have this player, we didn't have Mitchell Robinson for a bunch of games. We had different guys were out, and so I think that like you said, the Knicks have a swingers chance. I'm looking forward to see playoff Jalen Brunson. This is the first time Jalen Brunson gets to be Jalen Brunson in the playoffs. He's not the guy that's behind a superstar. So I think that Jalen Brunson getting 30 points a night is not going to be anything that's foreign to him. I think that he's probably going to average. And it's hopefully, I don't know what the schemes are going to be, but in the typical game, Jalen Brunson can drop 30. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen every night. I'm looking forward to see. I know this might sound weird. I'm looking forward to see playoff Hart because of all the intangibles that he brings to the game. I really like Hart. I like how he rebounds. I like how he pests his guy on the defense, and I'm really excited to see what he can do. Quickly scares me in terms of his consistency. I don't know what quickly we're gonna get, but if quickly is quickly, really? I think we in every single game. If quickly is it,
Joe about to get mad. You can't talk about.
No, I'm not mad. I'm just shocked that he said that, especially when you consider like the guy has been like great for like the last 2 or 3 months of the season.
So let me finish. Before he was great in the last whatever you were going to say he was, he struggled with his consistency. So now we're going into the playoff. So now we want to see what kind of playoff quickly we get. And if we get the playoff if we get the quickly that we had the end of the season, the second half of the season, we looking really good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
We got Grimes out there. That boy's been knocking shots down. He looks fucking good. I hope they double team this guy and that guy so they could just shoot it out to Grimes. Grimes looks good. I really don't think we're that bad. I think they got the Twin Towers down there. We got to see how that happens with how we go against these guys. I want to see. This is going to sound weird again. I don't know what the situation is going to be with Julius. But Obi, what's his name? Acknowledged this. Donovan Mitchell. Donovan. Let's just say
Donovan
right?
Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
He said that it changed the pace when they had Obi out there. I think that's a little bit of a weapon. They were prepared for the slow Knicks, the Julius Randle Knicks. They weren't prepared for the Obi Toppin Knicks. So I'm curious to see how the Knicks are going to put him, how they're going to use him. Is he going to get 15 minutes or is he going to get 20 or 25 minutes if they have Julius? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they're going to do with him, but he moves.
If Julius is healthy, nah.
But this is what I'm saying, right? So if this is going to be like the statistic-driven team that the Knicks claim to be, or the coaches, or whatever the case, and you see how Obi opened the game up for these guys to score faster, which you're going to need in the playoffs. I'm curious to see that. But I'll never say I don't think you're a real Knicks fan if you're not voting for the Knicks in 6 or 7 or something like that. So I say Knicks in 6. And I like
that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild that you. That's pretty wild that you sit on this panel with me on a nightly basis and say I'm not a real Knicks fan.
I don't know if you maybe you
I am.
all this time. I don't know what you are.
I am offended.
Cavalier shirt on underneath that t-shirt you got on right there. You got a Cavs joint come out like that.
You got a Cavs jersey under the camo.
You got the Cavs jersey underneath there.
Yeah. So before we move on to the West, I just gotta ask y'all in one word. Just drop a name. We don't gotta dive into nothing. Who do y'all think is the most important player in the series for each team?
I think it's got to be Brunson, though.
And for the Cavs?
Oh, for me, for the Cavs, I think it's Donovan.
Yeah. Okay. Cat.
Well, see, Cap, he over there trying to overthink it. Why
the most important person? Nah. I'm gonna keep it real. The most important person.
You trying to think of the X Factor guy? Is that what you're thinking?
No, I mean, let's be real. If we're talking about importance, we're not talking about a bench guy, right? So we're talking starters.
It could be anybody. In my point of view, if we're talking about importance to winning a playoff series, we're not talking about a bench guy, because then he wouldn't be a bench guy. You know what I mean? So, if we're going, in my opinion, if we're going to talk about the starters, we're talking about if we're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers, I believe the most important player for the Cleveland Cavaliers is Isaac Okoro. Because if Isaac Okoro is not knocking down that shot, we're leaving his ass open all series long, and that changes the game. If he's not knocking down that three at the 46, 43% clip, whatever it was that he's been knocking it down the past 30, 40 games of the season, that changes that series. If he's still dealing with that knee injury and it's lingering and he can't be out there and play defense and be all over the place like he wants to be, that changes the series for that team. He's their best wing defender. You can't count on Donovan Mitchell to play defense.
No, not at all.
So, in my opinion, for the Cavs, absolutely. So if you know I'm going with the Isaac Okoro for the Cavs, you got to see the direction I'm going with the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
The most important player for the Knicks is RJ Barrett. If RJ Barrett is not going to play the way he needs to play as a starter, they will lose. Or he won't be in that starting lineup. Like I said to Joe a few shows ago, if RJ Barrett not showing up the way he's supposed to show up, he won't be on the floor. Coach is not ashamed to sit his ass.
I think he'll start, but his minutes will be limited.
He's gonna see. I don't think he's gonna show up. The coach is gonna put him out there to see what he shows him. And if he doesn't show him what he needs to show, this is the playoffs. We don't got time to figure it out. Grimes and Quickly is going in there, and it's that. And if he doesn't show up, it's gonna be a very interesting summer for RJ Barrett. Is all I'm gonna say. That's my answer.
My prediction is he won't show up. But I don't even think we need him to.
That's a lot. That's 80% of the Knicks fans' perception of what is going to happen in the playoffs for RJ Barrett. Is they don't.
I think he'll show up.
I'm one of the few that think that he can possibly show up. I'm not saying that he will. I see a possibility for him to show up.
I think he'll show up. Just
for me, most important guy on the Cavs. I think it's like a double answer for that. I think number one is Donovan Mitchell in terms of scoring.
Of course.
But I think maybe a player that they need, Evan Mobley, I'm going to say. I think if Evan Mobley can get you 15 to 20, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. If he can get you 18, 10, and 2, he's averaging 16 on the year. If he can get you 18, 10, and 2, I think he's had a phenomenal series and play good defense on Julius Randle. Force him into a couple of mistakes. For the Knicks, though, because that's what I want to focus on. Most important player is R.J. Barrett. I'm not liking the RJ disrespect in this episode right here. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, Jeff. Just so you know, I give a lot of RJ Barrett disrespect on the
just so you know, just so you know, Dre.
I am not an RJ Barrett.
He's never liked RJ. He's never liked RJ. Since they
no. Let me clear it up. Just
go ahead. Yeah.
My whole thing is this: is he not inconsistent on a regular basis?
Absolutely.
He is.
He's very inconsistent. Does he not miss a lot of layups when he does get to the right? He misses a lot of layups when he gets to, and that's his strength. Is to go to the basket, right? And now, so lately, he's been trying to shoot a lot of threes. What was that statistic you had, Josh? He was shooting a lot of threes and he missed all of it, but he was like 7 or 8 from like at the basket, but he was like 0 for 9 at the 3-point line. It's like he's trying to be a different player. And he's not what's the word? He's not going towards his strengths as far as a basketball player, what makes him strong. And I like him going to the basket. I really do. But sometimes I just wish he knocks down those shots. I think that he's a little bit playful and stuff like that, which could be neither here nor there. And so he's inconsistent. Some nights he disappears, and then some nights he gets benched in the fourth quarter. Like that, I think was it last season? It seems before he was like really good on defense, and now this year it's kind of like we don't know.
He put on too much weight. He put on too much weight.
And I feel like he's really slow.
So, fellas, let me ask you this, right? One word answer. How much points does RJ need to average in this series?
18.
He's got. I was gonna say 15. He's got to be at least 15.
I'm saying
15.
18.
It's gotta be
enough. You can't be pulling no 15. If he's pulling 15, he need to be benched.
Think about it. It's 4 games. We gotta think about it, Dre. He needs 4 to 7 games. It's only 4 to 7 games. So
that's
if you can't average 18.
He averages 19 on a year.
Yeah, you average 19 on a year. You gotta think about it. Like quickly averages 14. So RJ averaging 15 in this series.
Dre?
It's not. He can't do that.
15. If you get 15, Tibbs needs to bench him. I'm dead ass.
You got to average at least 18 in this series. At least.
I agree. 18. It should be 20. If I'm being honest with you.
I would love to see him average 20. I would love to see him average 20. I would love to see him.
It should be 20. Not love to see. It has to be 20. If he don't average 20, there's some furniture that needs to be moving in the summer.
Why do you say it has to be 20? You don't think that we'll get the score?
Because if it's not 20, he thinks that the Knicks are going home.
Right.
Yeah, they're going home, and that means he's also underachieving, and then it also means what are you doing? Because if you're not the primary defender on Donovan Mitchell and you can't give me 20,
what's the season average now?
19.6.
19.
19.
Not for nothing.
Which let's be honest.
That's not terrible.
Not many teams have
a number 3 that averages 19.
Yeah. Not many teams have 3 guys averaging 20 points per game. So for him to average 19.6, I'm not mad at that. Like I said, in the playoffs, you gotta expect Jalen Brunson to go off more. You gotta expect Julius Randle to go off more. So I can't expect 20 from RJ. That's why I'm saying 18.
But you're not hearing me though. In order for RJ to get that 20, what does that mean? He has to be aggressive.
Facts.
If he's not aggressive,
he has to be. No. RJ is always aggressive. He has to be efficient. He gets the shots. He gets enough shots to get him.
I don't know. Yeah, Just. I don't know if you know. Just, I don't know if you know, but like RJ is famous for like these 0 for 8, like 0 for 9 first halves, where it looks really bad. And then the second half, though, but I don't know if his leash should be this long. The second half, he'll come out and shoot like 8 for 10 or something like that. And you're like, where the hell was this guy in the first half?
He hears all the Twitter chatter. That's why he's scared. When he go 0 for 8, 0 for 9, he got regular Joe talking shit about him online. Dre talking shit about him over here.
Nobody talk more shit about him than me.
Nah, real talk though. Anybody can tell you, I'm not a big RJ basher.
Yeah. Listen, listen. Everybody knows out of everyone here, I'm probably the biggest RJ fan. But I'm a basketball guy. I call bullshit when I see it. I don't care if it's Julius, Jalen, RJ, quickly. I don't care. It's anybody. RJ hasn't looked the greatest, but
no, he got to. This is his way to redeem himself.
RJ can step it up in this series and help this team win this playoff series. If this team wins this playoff series, and RJ Barrett is a key piece to that, that solidifies his spot as all right. We can go forward with this guy as our third guy, because maybe there is something there. He didn't show it to us all year, but when the playoffs came, he showed us. That's when it matters. Cool. Let's build off of that. You know what I'm saying? But if that's not what you see,
all right.
You watching the chat?
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying, bro. Yeah. We need an RJ tracker after we get off this episode. Every game, somebody track RJ. I need to check y'all temperature every game.
Nah, bro.
RJ does.
All right, we got it. Hold on, guys. We gotta get to the West.
Yeah, I'm the guy.
I'm the guy.
I'm gonna wrap this up in a bow because I didn't answer my own question yet. I think the most important people on the Knicks. I say people because I think it's more than one. I think it's the two-headed monster of Mitch and Hartenstein. The Knicks offense is predicated on the possession game. The reason why they're number 3 in the league in offense is because of their offensive rebounding. They depend on those two guys to grab offensive boards. If those two guys can't grab offensive rebounds and give the Knicks extra possessions, the Knicks are going home. It's really that simple. And for the Cavs,
this is Mitch's
first. You got the Cavs in 6.
This is Mitch's first playoff series, by the way.
Yeah, and for the Cavs, I would say Okoro too because they can't let Brunson go for 48 again.
Yeah.
They just can't, yeah.
And he's dealing with a knee injury, so he's gonna have to chase Brunson around. He's not chasing Julius. Can
I ask you guys this since we asked some questions? What scares you the most about the Knicks?
Scares me in a positive way, or
the cold 3-point shooting.
The
hot and cold 3-point shooting. The defense.
3-point defense is what I'm scared of.
Yeah, that's
that don't really scare me. Because there's a reason. I'll tell you why it don't scare me. Like the Knicks give up threes, right? Like if you watch a lot of teams give up threes. There's certain stuff that they're gonna give up because you can't guard everything. And the Knicks are gonna play the percentages. I think in this series, especially with the Cavs wings. They're gonna force Jetty, Isaac, Dean Wade, all of these guys. They're gonna make those guys have to make shots to beat them, man. That's just what it is because those two guards are monsters. So you gotta pick your poison somewhere, and I think the Knicks are gonna pick their poison with those wings on the Cavs, and they're gonna make shots or they're gonna miss shots.
Yeah. So that's I
hope they do a little old school Knicks basketball and just get rough with dudes. I'd love to see the Knicks actually be like a physical team.
Knicks are a physical team.
I would love to see that, but we don't. We also got to stay on the refs' good side. We got to stay on the refs' good side with this because we need that. We need them.
Refs, man.
We need them. So okay, because we running out of time. There's a few things I want to hit before we get out of here. I do want to talk about the Western Conference and just a shout out to 2 of our guys that got some notoriety here. But just so we can get back into rapid fire here. So the Western Conference, how's that game going right now? The
T-Wolves are up 57-47 at halftime.
Oh, it's halftime. Okay.
Bulls went home.
Bulls went home.
Who else went home? Minnesota?
No, not yet.
That game is on right now.
Yeah, Minnesota's up by 10 at the half. So it's looking like.
I'm sorry.
Everybody's the 8th seed is the Miami Heat. So everyone outside of the Miami Heat and back is out. So the Raptors went home. Chicago went home. Pelicans went home, and we're waiting to see who's going to go home tonight for the 8th seed, which will be between the Thunder and the the Timberwolves. So, rapid fire real quick. I just want to see what y'all think these series are going to end up looking like. We got the let's just say it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? Let's say it's the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Denver Nuggets. Real quick, I'm gonna throw it out
Minnesota.
there. I'm saying that's over in 4. How about you, Joe?
Yeah. I don't trust Denver at all, bro. Like, I really don't. I don't trust Denver. I don't trust Jokic. I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all, bro. I think they get out of the first round, definitely, but I don't think they're sweeping anybody. I really don't. I think they're one of the.
If they play OKC,
they're one of the worst. They're one of the worst 1 seeds that I could recall.
I think they are
outside of the Jazz. That from like a year or 2 ago.
Jazz was a bad 1 seed too. Yeah.
That was a really bad 1 seed.
They pushing it. They neck and neck. Both of them.
Yeah, they really are, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Jeff?
See, I don't trust Denver neither because I really want to say
1 versus 8 seed though.
For me. Yeah, but Denver is sus though. I mean, they do have Rudy Gobert. I guess maybe could annoy Jokic, but you can't trust him neither. It's like, it's just a battle of mid, in my opinion. Even though I am giving Denver some respect, they are number 1 seed. So I would say, honestly, I'm gonna go Denver in 6, Nuggets in 6.
I like that.
Giving them, if they play Minnesota, you give them Minnesota like they gonna win 2 games.
2 games in the playoffs.
Does that say more about Minnesota or less about Denver?
Yeah, it probably says more about Denver.
I think they beat Minnie in 5.
Like OKC got a better chance.
I think they beat Minnie in 5, and I want
OKC.
I think they beat OKC in 6. That's what I think.
You said Minnie in 5.
I think Minnie losing what's the kid? McDaniels was enormous.
Oh yeah, it's huge. Yeah, breaking his hand. That was silly, man. That was so silly. He got. Is
Gobert playing tonight, or he's still suspended?
He playing.
He's playing.
That was stupid, punching his teammate. That was another one.
That was. I don't know what's up with the NBA.
Yeah.
All right.
And why did he run after he hit him?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Well, the other dude pushed him though. The other dude pushed him too.
He pushed him back. Cause he pulled the. Remember that jump
Carmelo through the way.
He kind of like pushed me and shoved him. He kind of like
ran back across the whole court. Like, get out of here.
Who he pushed out? That was Postel.
I think it was like Nate Rock.
That was slow mo.
It's Kyle Anderson.
Yeah, Kyle Anderson.
No. I'm saying who Melo punched out.
So when Carmelo did it.
Oh, Marty Collins.
Marty Collins. There you go.
Oh my God. Carmelo ran across the whole court. I was like, what you doing?
Yeah, my man Melo did a whole drill. He did a whole practice drill. Yeah. Just kept backing up the whole time.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing, bro?
All right, so the 7 and this is a very interesting series right here. The 7 and 2 seed, the Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Memphis.
Lakers versus Memphis.
Memphis in 5.
So this is all right.
Yeah, the West is crazy.
This is the first time in a long time. I'm not a big LeBron fan. I've never really been in the past. Now I give Brown the props. I'm grown. I grew up. I was once a child. Now I'm a man. I might give him his props, but I'm not betting against LeBron in the playoffs, especially not in the first round.
What you mean?
I'm not betting against him.
What you mean?
I'm not betting against him in AD.
Yeah,
put Vanderbilt over there. I think you let Ja do his thing. They don't have the inside presence with Steven Adams, so I don't know what they're going to do with AD. I'm taking the Lakers in this series, bro. It's not gonna be a quick one, but I'm saying Lakers in 7. I'm taking Lakers in 7.
Lakers in 7.
I'm taking Lakers.
Just to keep it moving, Lakers in 7.
Yeah,
that's what I got to.
What about you, Justin?
You don't really believe that.
You don't believe that shit. You don't believe that shit. I'm gonna be real. Grizzlies in 6, fellas. I'm gonna be honest.
Grizzlies in 6.
Come on, like, come on, for real. Y'all treating the Grizzlies like they ain't shit. Like, I don't understand.
Yo, tell them, Dre. You treating.
Yo, Jess, you know what I think I'm doing, yo. I think that you know how I said people look at the Heat like this boogeyman. I feel like I'm looking at LeBron as like a boogeyman, but he's not that boogeyman no more.
Not be that boogeyman anymore. If I'm being
I think I might be guilty of that right now.
Hold on.
The Lakers got him by the skin of their teeth, though.
I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't even look at matchup wise with this. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about the whole LeBron factor because that is a real thing. I'm gonna be real. It's a real thing. They played against the Clippers. He had 3 in the first half and ended up with 30-some points. The guy still got it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna doubt.
I'm tell you right now.
So
I'm telling you right
but
now.
Is he the boogeyman anymore? I don't think he's the boogeyman anymore.
He's not the boogeyman, but
he's
not the boogeyman. He's not the boogeyman. But if you talk about matchups, you put Vanderbilt, a guy who's a great wing defender, on Dylan Brooks.
On who?
On Dylan Brooks.
He don't really need to shut down.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
Ain't nobody worried about Dylan
Brooks. Desmond Bain. Then you got to
put you should be
Huh?
You should be.
Desmond Bain is working Vanderbilt.
Yeah, you should be more worried about Bain than Brooks.
Yeah, I'm more worried about Bain than Brooks. I'm just saying because he was a wing, and what's your call is pretty short. But
yeah, look, can I jump in right here? Go ahead. My bad.
This is your This is your expertise.
Yeah. Let me tell y'all something. Hey, listen, if I'm wrong, hey, people.
No, it's cool. Fun. Yeah.
This is what I think is gonna happen. I think the Lakers had more of an advantage if the Grizzlies had Steven Adams and Brandon Clark in the lineup. Now, because of both of those guys are not there anymore, this is gonna force the Grizzlies to be a totally different team.
Okay.
Now the Grizzlies, we know their advantage normally is offensive rebounding, crashing the boards, packing the paint. That's no longer their advantage. They spacing out the floor, and somebody who's going to be very critical in this series, Luke Kennard. I think Luke Kennard is going to be very important in this series on the lowest of keys because now Triple J got to be center. Triple J is going to play a lot more center. Kenny Loftus Jr. might play a little bit more, but Dylan Brooks is now going to be the 4. Luke Kennard is going to be the 3. Bane the 2, Ja at the 1. Or Tyus Jones is going to be mixed in there somehow. The Grizzlies are going to have to play a totally different style, and that floor is going to be opened up because we know Triple J, he just parks himself at the 3-point line on offense. So now with him spreading the ball out, who on the Lakers?
That much space for Ja is scary.
Exactly. Now I'm going to ask you this: who on the Lakers is a stout perimeter defender, individual perimeter defender? Who on the Lakers is shutting down anybody?
Nobody. I mean,
yeah, bro. You might have swayed my opinion a little bit.
I'm telling you.
You got that one.
Get the ESPN shit out of your head. They get paid by LeBron. They get paid by LeBron to say nice things.
I don't even listen to ESPN.
I'm going Grizz in 7.
I know. I'm just saying.
He's switching. I'm going Grizz in 7.
I'm going Grizz in 7. Grizz in 7. Yeah.
No, Dennis Schroeder too. Mike Dance, I think he on the Lakers bumper right here. Listen, Schroeder's gonna be out. I'm not saying the Lakers gonna get swept.
He's a LeBron fan. Me and Mike, he's a LeBron fan. So
I figured. The Lakers are not getting swept though. They're not getting swept. It's gonna be a hard-fought series. LeBron's gonna get a couple of bullshit calls. He's gonna get his 20.
What you guys are forgetting?
He's gonna get his 30.
Anthony Davis is gonna get injured. That's just what's gonna happen. It ain't gonna be a series.
Yeah.
Listen, Triple J plays rough too. Triple J plays rough. He's
why they wilding? They wilding right now.
Yo, I'm telling. Wait, who will switch this out? Which one y'all switch? Somebody switch. Oh, you switch.
Because I'm Cap. That's my nigga.
Yeah, he came back talking about Grizz in 7.
He said, nah. Because either way, I'm going 7-game series. I think this is going to be a 7-game series.
I don't think so.
I think this is a 7-game series. But I do think if the Grizzlies are ready to play with the way that you said, if they're ready to execute that in the playoffs, and they do execute that the way they're supposed to do that, they should win this series. It doesn't matter how many. I don't know in how many games, but if they can play that way and play small and outrun this team, because Anthony Davis is not getting up and down the court. We know he's not gonna run up and down the court for 7 games. That's not gonna happen.
They're getting on you, son.
It's so good. It's so good, bro. It's so good. I love it. Nah, but it's if I'm just being real, I honestly think I was looking at it before with the LeBron factor. There is a true LeBron factor, I think. There's a LeBron factor. The refs will call a lot of shit in LeBron's favor. We've seen it happen. And we've also seen it not happen.
They're gonna pull the okie doke. They're gonna try to pull the okie doke.
You know what I'm saying? But I do think that does mean something. But if we're just talking about true team value and who's the better team, the Grizzlies have been a better team all year. If we're really just being honest. That's just me. So
who's next?
Who's next? Let's get these guys back up.
Back up.
3-6.
We got the 3-6 matchup. Yes,
is that the
Kings and the Warriors?
Oh man, I couldn't wait to get to this one.
This is a series right here.
This is spicy.
The Warriors versus the Kings.
Disrespect.
You think the Warriors wanted the Kings? You think the Warriors wanted the Kings?
I think the Warriors wanted the Kings.
Yes.
I think the Warriors wanted the Kings.
They wanted the Kings. Draymond already said it. He literally said it on record. They wanted the Kings. Did you hear his shit on his pod? He said,
"Nah, I didn't."
They wanted the
Kings. What he said?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he said we want the Kings, but it's not for the reasons that y'all think. He said we want the Kings for geography purposes, so that we could take a bus ride.
Because the North Cali thing.
Yeah, because we want to be able to take a bus ride to the stadium instead of a plane. And I'm like, man, fuck out of here. You wanted to play these dudes. You already marked them. You already said these dudes is marked. You think they're young. You think they can't handle. You think they're gonna
jump on them early. Yeah.
Yeah, the Kings should take this shit as disrespect. Wild disrespect. And they better play like
I'm going.
What was the season series with them?
That's a great.
Because I know Golden State was dealing with injuries.
It's 3-1 Warriors.
3-1 who?
Warriors.
Warriors.
So that's why he wanted them. That's why he wanted them.
If I'm being real, I mean, my team I always pick out the West ever since Steph has been in the West has been the Warriors. But
them boys is nasty. But you like Fox. You like De'Aaron.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is the best. He is the best fourth quarter player in the NBA. I don't think people know that.
Yes, he is.
That's a stat.
And we seen it. We seen it when we was out there.
We saw it firsthand.
So what? It's the playoffs. Like you're saying that they got the best defense in the league. So what? They still ended up fourth.
Right. You're right. So this is what I'm saying. They have a really, really good team that can sneak up on you. They are clearly the underdogs in this series, the Sacramento Kings.
Think so?
Absolutely. They're definitely the underdogs, without a doubt. But I'm still going with the Warriors, but it's not going to be a quick one. This is going to be the Warriors in 7. Joe, about you?
I got Warriors in 7. Only because I'm concerned about Sacramento getting stops. Like they score a lot, right? Like they score at like this legendary pace.
Right.
I'm just not sure if these guys are going to get enough stops on the other end to beat Golden State. We know that Golden State, it knows how to turn up the temperature on defense when it counts. You know what I mean? Like been here, done that. They're getting a little older, but they're not too old yet. Like, yeah, I got Warriors in 7 because I'm just not sure about the Kings are just a really bad defensive team, and I think you got to get stops in the playoffs, man.
Yeah. I mean, the game slows down in the playoffs, and teams that play fast and they live by it, they die by it in the playoffs usually. So, the game slows down, bro. You can't make a fast-paced game in the playoffs. Like it just you can't force that. It looks bad when you force that.
Not for 4 quarters.
Yeah, not for 4 quarters. No. But just what you think?
Me, I think this is gonna be a nice, tough fought series. I think this series is gonna go the distance. Me personally, I'm going Warriors in 7 this series, but I think it's gonna be a battle, and I think the Kings have more of a chance than people think because they forgetting that they have a couple of factors that work in their advantage, and the main one is Mike Brown. Is one of their main advantages.
Right.
Mike Brown was the assistant coach of the Golden State Warriors last year.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ago, not 3 years ago, not 4
years ago,
last year. So because he was the assistant coach last year, we know Mike Brown knows the playbook. Now, if Mike Brown knows the playbook, we know he's going to have these boys ready to play, ready to go. Now, the problem that's going to happen, which I hope doesn't happen, are the Kings going to be disciplined enough to execute the game plan that Mike Brown gives him. Because he's going to give him the blueprint. He's going to give him the game plan. Now, if these young guys can execute, that's what's going to happen, and that's what we're going to see. But the home court advantage thing, I think people are saying that the Kings don't have any home court. I disagree with that because I see them Kings fans, they're ready. They're hungry.
They got a home court, bro.
Yeah.
We seen what it looked like up there when that team is good. They got a history, bro.
Exactly. So they are ready for playoff action. So I do think
the beam will be lit.
Yeah, exactly. So I do think the Kings are going to be ready to go, and I do think Mike Brown. Excuse me. I do think Mike Brown is going to have them boys ready. But one thing that I said in my episode, and I'm gonna close it out here: if the Sacramento Kings lose any one of these first 2 games at home, the series is done.
It's done.
It's done. They have to win both of these games, not one.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they can even win in a nail biter. Like they have to win both games at home, or else the shit is done to me. So that's what the first 2 games in the series is gonna dictate everything for me in particular. And also Sabonis, by the way. Sabonis is the NBA's rebounding leader. And if he can be that paint presence that he has been all year, then it would force the Warriors to not be able to play Draymond at center. I think that's gonna be the Achilles heel of the Warriors. If they have to play Looney, I think the Sacramento Kings have a slight advantage in terms of quickness, in terms of shot creation and offensive execution when they put in Malik Monk. But if they got to take Looney out, if Draymond could hold Sabonis, then I think the Kings not gonna win the series.
But you know what's gonna happen though, Just they're gonna let Dre do whatever the hell he wants, man. You already know how it goes. Dre gonna be holding on for dear life. They're not gonna call it. You know what's coming.
Yes. I know that's coming. Man. He's gonna be he's gonna damn near spit on the ref, and he's still not get a tech.
Well, the only thing I gotta say about that is that the Warriors, being that the Kings do have home court advantage, the Warriors, I think, are one of the worst road teams in the league.
They're really bad. They're the worst road team. They're bad.
So the reason why
the difference in this series?
I think that's why Draymond Green wanted to play them.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the bus ride. It was the bus ride for the fans that he was worried about. He wanted the Warriors fans in there. He needed it to feel like a home game because he knows what really goes down on the road. These guys just don't know how to get it together. I've seen them just fumble the ball, like lose it, and it's like boneheaded shit. It's like kind of like what team is this? Like, you know what I mean? Did y'all not just win a championship last year? So
you know what? Oh, my fault.
No, good.
I was just gonna say really quick, if I was the owner, if I was management of the Sacramento Kings, I wouldn't be letting no Golden State Warriors in the stadium. I'm trying to see who bought tickets for who, and I'm not letting them shits in. I'm refunding them shits. I'm gonna be like, sorry.
Your payment didn't go through.
Yeah, not this playoff.
Again, yeah, somebody else bought them tickets. I'm making sure there's a bunch of Kings fans in every seat. Every single seat. Dre, what you feeling?
I just don't feel right going against Golden State. It don't even sound like right saying that, the Kings are going to beat them. The Kings is to be the team, barring everybody's healthy. I just think I take Golden State in 6.
Golden State 6. Ooh, yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, like you said, if Golden State wins one of the 2 games away, and they're the worst team on the road, that's a bad sign.
It's a bad sign. It's a really bad sign.
Yeah, that says a lot about the Kings if they can actually win the game.
But champions have a way of figuring things out, man.
But I think that's what Golden State. I felt like this is one of those things. I think Golden State is one of those teams. I don't care what if they was the AC, you don't want to see Golden State in the playoffs. Golden State is like one of those teams now. Like they've been to the playoffs and like so often that I feel like they cruising during the regular season. It's like they were like playing around. So I feel like they might just turn up and do their thing. Wiggins coming back? He ain't coming out. Yo, why is he playing?
Yeah.
He's back. No, he's back. The problem, and then
he's back.
They said
he been back.
They said he seen what his baby mom did. Nasty. Now that was a rumor. That wasn't true.
It wasn't true.
It wasn't true. It wasn't true. I think his dad had a health condition, and he was dealing with his dad and his health condition for a while.
No. I saw some dude talking about the joint, and he was saying it. Well, unless the dude is a straight up liar. But anyway, I'm glad he's back. If it was something like that, he shouldn't be back till next year.
I don't know. That's what the PR came out and said. Hopefully that was.
But if he's back,
but he's back.
He's back. Though he's back.
Again, you got to get into it. But if he's back and he do some minutes,
yeah, he's back. So we'll see.
Kings ain't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Who the 4-5?
The 4-5 is. I left this for last. I left this for last on purpose because I know who Just is going with.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Come
on, man.
I know this. So we're gonna start off with Just on this one.
The chance, baby.
Versus the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns versus the.
So hold on. You a KD fan?
KG?
Nah, Chris Paul.
KD.
Okay,
Chris Paul.
But you said the
KD
chance.
too. KD also, but Chris Paul. Huh?
But you said the chance. That's all.
I said we about to talk about the chance, the eventual chance.
Okay.
The chance this year I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mike saying the Suns. Oh,
yeah, right. Bugging out. Right. You bugging out, Mike Biz. You bugging out.
Talk to me. How you feeling about the series? What you think it's gonna look like?
Yo, man, I think it's gonna be a good series. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm disappointed that Paul George is not gonna be playing in the series. I'm not gonna lie because I did want to, an even matchup.
That's it right there,
because I do.
That's it right
I'm
there.
so sick of that, man.
Yeah, I hate that. I wanted an even series. I'd rather it be mono and mono type of matchup. Even though I do think Paul George is gonna come back. I feel like he's gonna come back like 3 and 4.
He will.
Game 3 and 4. He definitely will. But
especially if it's a long
he's
series.
not gonna be. Exactly. So it sucks that he's not going to be there in the beginning, but I'm loving this series. I think it's going to be a high level. I think it's going to be a more of a tactical series than people actually imagine it to be. It's going to be a lot of mid-range shots, a lot of coaching adjustments, I feel like. And I said in my episode too, I think the most important thing in this series is the pace. What's going to be the pace of this series? Is it going to be a slow, methodical, very fundamental type series because both of these teams execute well, or will one team switch it up and play more of an up-tempo type game? Both of these two teams is bottom 5 in the league in pace, so both of them play a very slow type of game. So it's up to Chris Paul and it's up to Russell Westbrook, to me, which one of those guys make the decision to push the pace for their respective teams. And I think that's the team that's going to get out to an early lead, and I think ultimately that's the team that's going to win, which I think it will be the Suns. But I'm also really nice. I'm excited to see the KD versus Kawhi matchup because KD still got to get his feet wet with this team, man. He's only played about 8 or 10 games.
I was gonna say it's not enough of a sample size. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very light. But this is gonna be a test right here. This is gonna be a test right here. So they've been playing well and they've been beating every team by an average margin, I think, of over 10 or over 11 or something like that. So they've been doing well. But this particular series, I think Devin Booker has to win this series for the Suns. Devin Booker
I was gonna say Devin Booker got to go off.
Match.
Yeah,
he has to, because especially if Paul George is not there, he's got to go off over 30. Yeah. I'm gonna go there over 30. He's got to lead the league. Lead the series in scoring for me, Devin Booker. Especially without consensus direct matchup is out.
Yeah. Kawhi can't guard both of them. That's one thing. So you gotta one of those two. You gotta go off. You gotta go off.
Has to. With Dwight Powell, I mean not Dwight. What's son's name? Norman Powell.
Norman Powell.
You can't guard no Devin Booker. You can't guard him. Eric Gordon, too old. Can't guard him. Bones Highland can't guard him. What? T-Man, Richard Man, T-Man, whatever.
Terrence Man.
Terrence Man.
I was thinking who was Trey Man?
T-Rex.
What's Trey Man on the Thunder?
I was thinking of Trey Man. Yeah, Trey Man's on the Thunder.
Yeah. That's all. It don't matter. None of them
could guard him.
Devin Booker.
No.
None of them could guard him. So he should average over 30 to me, and I think he's the most important in the series. He's got to win this shit. They should. I'm gonna go Suns in 6.
Suns in 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna disrespect the Clippers. Suns in 6.
John, we sticking with the rapid fire answers on this, or we doing the long-winded answers? I know you said before. You said rapid fire.
We gotta do rapid fire now.
Yeah. This is the last one, though.
It's the last one. This is the last
one.
Yeah, it's the last one. I'm going with the Suns. I think the Suns could win this one. But I don't.
In what?
Scared?
Bro, I'm scared. I'm scared.
I'm scared.
I ain't gonna front. I'm shook. I'm halfway crook right now.
Of what? Though?
Because, bro, I've seen this man single-handedly take one franchise and win a championship and dip. I've never seen it happen in NBA history. I've never seen a star go to a team and in that year win the chip and then dip. I've never seen that happen before. Now, do I think that Kawhi can stay healthy for the entire series? That's a question that no one has an answer to.
I think he will, though. I think he
has to.
How many games Kawhi played?
50 some, maybe.
He missed a lot of games. 50. I had him on my fantasy team. He missed a lot of games this year.
I don't even think he missed 50.
He missed a lot of games this year. So he definitely played. He was there. He was here by like December. So he did play a lot of games, but he would take like every other game off here and there. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he was here.
But he wasn't here.
He wasn't playing all the games.
But
I don't like that shit. Players like missing all kinds of games.
Phoenix in 6. I gotta go with it.
You wanted to say 5.
I wanted to say 5. I wanted to say 5.
You know it.
I wanted to say 5.
Speak from the heart.
I wanted to say 5, but the other part of my heart is Kawhi in there too. Like, yo, I'm a fun guy, bro. Remember me, because he can really change KD's game, and if he's changing KD's game and Booker's not hitting those shots,
Booker's gonna be hitting shots.
I mean, we can't say that. Because we saw what happened because you saw what happened when they went in the finals before. Booker wasn't hitting no shots.
That was against Drew, though.
Who?
Drew Holiday. That was a tough defender. And PJ Tucker too.
That's true. That's tough. It's true. I mean,
Clippers got some defenders too, though. But I mean, who else?
Suns in 6. I got Suns in 6.
Come on, man.
Suns in 6.
Joe, see what you mean, Cat?
Nah. Suns in 6. Talk to me, Joe.
And KD, I trust. Suns in 5, man.
Suns in 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and KD, I trust.
I like it.
I'm with Just. I got the Suns winning it all.
I got the Suns winning it all.
But you got the Cavs in 6 too, so I don't know.
You might know in 2 weeks. Hey, because I didn't pick with my heart.
You sound like you're betting against the Knicks. Stop. I don't like you sound like you're betting against the Knicks. Say what? Would you say, Joe?
And Kat, I said I didn't pick with my heart. And Just, you could ask Kat. Nobody has been more adamant about this Knicks team all year than me. Like, when this team was hovering around 500, all I kept saying over and over was this team is better than a 500 team. This team is really good. Like, I might have wavered once, like when Mitchell Robinson got hurt, made me a little nervous. But, like, I've said all year, I thought this team was really, really good. And they proved me right. But I respect the Cavs, man. I respect them.
I'm just counting on I'm just counting on Jalen to give Donovan a little bit of PTSD. That's it. Dre, Suns and Clippers. How you feeling?
Suns in 4. Let's talk about it.
Yo, first of all,
that's what I like there. That's what I like there.
First of all, do you know how much KD would love that shit? To knock out
Westbrook? Yo, this dude got the battery in his backpack. He got a fully charged battery. He's ready to go. And he had mad timeout. This dude he got some energy. I don't think they're gonna sweep. I don't think that any of these games in the West is gonna be a sweep. But I do think that they can handle it. I'm a big fan of Devin Booker, and I really have my hope.
You just say that they was gonna win in 4.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I don't want to say it's a sweep like that. I was kind of playing. That would be fun, but I would say Suns in 5.
I can't stand Dre. Yeah.
That wouldn't be fun. That wouldn't be some dope shit. If they did that to the Clippers?
I wouldn't say it would be fun. I wouldn't say it would
be fun. Fun for who?
Yeah, I want to see a series. I want to see the series.
I don't think Billy Crystal will be having fun if the Clippers got swept.
I'll say this. I want to see a good series because I like both teams.
I don't really think it'd be a sweep. I just think that Suns in 5 is a long shot. I think Suns in 6 is a realistic no place to be because I'm not picking with my heart. I'm picking with your butt. So let's go Suns.
Whoa. I'm telling you, after this on Twitter, we need an RJ tracker, yo. We need an RJ tracker. All of that. So I'm telling you.
They got that RJ Muse page.
Oh.
Yeah,
everybody on the Knicks.
All you gotta do is follow that. But they only post the good stuff though. They only post the good stuff on the RJ Muse.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Yo, Josh.
KD really got a haircut?
KD got a cut.
Yeah, he did.
He
did.
He got a cut.
It's sharp. It's sharp. It's sharp.
No.
Yeah, he got a picture.
Hold on.
On the Sun.
I don't think he.
That even look like.
I don't think he got that cut. I don't think he got that cut in Phoenix though. Yeah, he got flued out somewhere.
It's decent. He ain't got no waves.
He ain't got no waves. Hold on.
Nah.
Yo, if AD got waves, I quit.
He said
the Sun's Twitter.
All right,
yeah.
let me see.
That shit is like a clean shave off with a butter knife type. That shit is
they gave him the African haircut.
It shit is kind of very low Caesar butter knife type. That shit they didn't.
It got to be low though, because he got the patches everywhere. It can't be too high.
I call that the avocado. That's what he got.
Was it a video?
Nah, go on the Suns media page and scroll down to the they had media photo day like yesterday, I think it was. He got a picture next to Chris Paul. That's really, and they got like the same cut.
You see it?
That's why they was like they went to the same.
Why you making that face? Come on, pop it up.
I told you that's what I'm
pop it up, bro.
Hold on.
Back to school cut. Yeah, it is a back to school cut.
Yo, he said back to school cut.
This shit is going off the rails, yeah.
Butter knife,
bro.
Yo, Josh, let me tell you something about this show. At the end of every show, you could expect it to just turn into a hot mess, yeah.
Bro.
Yo, why Chris Paul?
It never fails, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Son, hold on.
Like we could pull bloopers, like just from the end of every show.
Yo, you know with this, I know for a fact. The front office called him in here like, yo, we can't.
Yeah. They was like, yo, KD, before you go, real quick.
We had to.
We had to. Going to the playoffs, bro. Like, come on, do something.
We had to.
Yo,
they don't have no good ball.
Avocado look not working. That's not how we do here in Phoenix.
So he got flew out for that cut, yeah, or they flew somebody in.
Yeah, I ain't never seen KD.
That might be an Arizona cut.
Yeah, you think so?
Yo, that's the most natural KD smile I've ever seen in my life, bro.
It really is though. He actually looks happy.
That's the first time I seen him like smile without no.
Weird in the Suns jersey though. That just don't look. It just look weird seeing KD in the Suns uniform.
Because you know what he looked like? He looked like a mercenary, bro. Because that's what he is. He's a merc.
Yo, I just don't know.
He's a merc, yeah.
First time I know he's happy because we heard rumors of him going to Phoenix since last year. So I know he really wanted to go here. I know he really, really wanted to go to Phoenix. So I know
what Chris Paul we getting this series?
You said, wait, hold on. What'd you say,
numbers?
What'd you say, Jess?
Oh no, I was gonna say I heard KD wanted to go to Phoenix literally the week that they got swept. From Boston.
Wow.
The week that the Brooklyn Nets got swept, he was already trying to see what's going on because right after that, really, and probably about a week later, was when all the shit was happening with the Suns. So he was already looking at them like, let me see how far that they go because that's a team that I could eventually fit on and a team that also had the pieces that could possibly make a deal. And then when the Suns got embarrassed, that was when the calls started happening.
Yo,
so this shit been in the works
last
year.
KD?
KD got he got 2 chips, right?
Two.
Yeah.
You think it's number 3 this year? It should be number 3 this year. Should be number 3. Yeah, should be number 3 this year.
I'm worried about the Bucks and the Sixers, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The Bucks I'm worried about the most.
You think the Bucks?
I'm worried about the most. The Bucks could take the Suns. I ain't gonna lie, they could.
Bucks took the Suns last time, but the Bucks beat the Suns.
But the Suns didn't have KD.
They didn't have KD, which is huge.
That's a whole.
Let me tell you what's also huge. What's also huge though with the Bucks though. Remember who the Bucks got? They got Jay Crowder. Don't forget.
They do.
They know the playbook. They know the playbook. I'm telling you, that shit matters when you know.
First of all, it better not be the same playbook. They better have changed something up by now.
That's true too. It can't be the same playbook when you got KD.
I think it is.
From 2 years ago.
Same playbook.
What?
Last year.
He was just there. He was just there.
Yeah.
That's probably why they.
Why they do that to Crowder though? What Crowder do wrong?
They kept him home because they.
I was Crowder fault. Crowder. He didn't want to. He was mad that he got benched for Cam Johnson because Monty called him in the summer. Was like, yo, I want to start Cam Johnson because of the way that the Suns lost. And they were like, yo, we need more offense. We need to see how Cam Johnson, if he's gonna earn this contract. And Crowder basically got tight. He said, if you're gonna bench me, give me a contract extension. He was trying to get the money that PJ Tucker got, the 35 mil. And they were like, hell no, I'm not giving you that. So he was like, well, either you got to trade me. And they said, well, I'm not going to trade you right now. There's no deals for you, Jay Crowder. We just got bounced out the playoffs. Nobody wanted any of the Suns players at that time.
Right.
So they were like, well, he said, well, I'm not coming back. And they said, well, then sit your ass down then. So they just basically paid him to sit home.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was ego too, though, from both sides. It was ego.
Definitely.
They were like, well, fuck out of here. Then. You don't want to play.
I just said that too. I just said, Crowder, who you supposed to be?
That's what he said.
Yeah, like, who the fuck you think you are, bro?
He said who he is. But then Crowder said, yo, I've been in the finals the last 2 years. Which he was. The Heat and the Suns back to back.
Yeah, he's not.
But you lost twice.
Lost twice.
But you lost twice.
Crowder's not that guy where it's just fault though. Nobody.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. But if we negotiate, and that's gonna be my clapback.
Yeah, I'm like, you was there, but
like, and y'all lost both them series. What was your numbers? Go sit down. I wouldn't even wait for the answer.
What was your numbers?
Yeah, you brought it. You bring up the numbers. He's gonna be like 5, 4, and
yeah. I'm like, get his plus minus up. Negative. Go sit down. Go home.
You ain't even average 10 points. Sit your ass.
But I did see an article. They said all of the teams that he goes to does well. I did see an article.
OKC is in deep doo-doo, man.
Man, what happened?
95-80, 95-78, end of the third.
Oh yeah,
SGA went to the locker room though.
SGA?
Yeah, he came back, but he went to the locker room. I don't know if y'all saw the photo.
He's having a miserable.
Yeah, he got like punched out in his eye. I don't know if it was a punch or an elbow. He got his whole shit is if you look on Twitter, I see the photo on it.
He having a miserable game too. He's 4-18.
They elbowed him. Somebody elbowed him. Man, he was on the floor and shit.
That's terrible. That's crazy. All right, well, to wrap it up, just to finish it off. Shout outs to Jalen Brunson for being a finalist for the 2023 Most Improved Player Award. It is he who else is it? Let me double check.
Laurie
Gotta be Laurie. Gotta be Laurie.
SGA.
SGA.
SGA. Yes. Yes. It is.
SGA
right
shouldn't be in that damn category anyway. I don't know why he in there.
I don't know why he's in there. I think they just had to throw somebody in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, they just made it happen. Like
I think
that.
Laurie ended up falling off towards the end of the season, though. It's got to be Jalen.
I think Laurie gonna get it.
It should be Jalen.
I think Laurie will get it.
Yeah, I think it should be Jalen, but I think they're gonna give it to Laurie. They're gonna give it to Laurie.
He was an all-star. He was an all-star.
He was an all-star. But
he was an all-star, and he took like a absurd leap. You know what I mean?
He took a crazy leap. He took a crazy.
It was 12 points.
It was like
12 points, bro.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Versus Jalen Brunson going from
16 to 24.
24, yeah, basically. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, it depends on it's in the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It depends on who the voters are and who they expect it to be.
Who the voters
now,
are. Damn sure ain't gonna be me.
I mean, we know the voters are people that we never know, and it's like that for a reason.
The Ben Simmons of the world, those guys.
Bunch of bums.
Not Ben Simmons, Bill Simmons.
Bill Simmons. I know what you mean. I know what you meant. Bill Simmons. And then also shout out to Emmanuel quickly for being a finalist for the 6th Man of the Year award.
Speaking of Bill Simmons, you know who he voting for.
You know who Bill Simmons is voting for. Malcolm Brogdon for sure. That's just
Quickly should win this, yo.
Quickly should
win.
100%.
100%.
Quickly should be winning this. I see a world where, because the Celtics are a better team, I don't see them getting anyone on that team getting any of the awards that are out there besides for being selected for All NBA team. I don't see them getting any awards. So I do see that playing into them getting the 6th man, because somebody on the team got to get something. And one of our guys is going to either get 6th man or most improved. I think it's either.
I don't think they get neither one. I think they're gonna get jerked out of both. If I'm being honest with you, bro.
It's possible. I also thought that we was gonna get jerked out of Julius Randle being the most improved player, but that didn't.
Nah, I knew he would win that because Jeremy Grant. That team was so bad, bro. You know what I mean? Like Laurie, the Jazz were in it for a while.
Facts.
Until they decided to tank at the end of the year, and that's why I think Laurie is like legit gonna be the MIP.
Well, I think that should matter. I think it should matter when you talk about a most improved player, and I think that's what got Julius it last time, was the fact that he did make the playoffs. So I do think that should play a factor in that vote. Not just about points. You know what I mean? You can put someone on a bad team and give them a way higher usage rate and expect them to score more points. But bringing your team to the playoffs while doing that,
it should mean something. I just don't for that award though. I'm not sure how much they weigh that.
You wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way. Yeah, right. I'm with it. But that's all I got. Do you guys have any points?
Yo, just tell the folks where they can find you, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I keep it wrong. At JustBlaze_513 on Twitter. Above the Rim NBA podcast. Type that in. Find me anywhere. Just came out with a new episode, playoff preview. Appreciate the invite, fellas. This was a good conversation right here, man. We damn near went 2 hours in this bitch. 2 hours in here. Hell of a conversation.
Probably the longest episode in a long time.
Yeah.
The last 20 was
all of y'all.
The last 20 was a train wreck, bro.
It was good, though. It was good. I'm not gonna lie. We got a lot off our chest. I'm on RJ watch for all of y'all, so look out for me on Twitter. I'm adding all of y'all with the RJ shit. You need 20. 20.
Hey. To be fair, I said that I think RJ could step up in this series. It's these guys that said they don't expect it. I expect him to step up in this series.
I don't see
Drake got RJ shook, man. Drake got RJ shook.
The thing with this kid is every time we count this kid out, man, he just does something. So
I hope so.
Like every time he's like the Phoenix, bro. Every time you think he just rises from the ashes, man. So
listen, I call him out, but I always want RJ to succeed, and I want it to be here.
We'll see, man.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see how how that goes. If you
Yo,
are,
shout out to Mike Biz too, man.
yeah, shout out to Mike Biz. Shout out to
Mike
my
Biz,
man.
yo.
Shout out
Look
to
at you,
everybody.
Mike. You don't made an impact, Mike.
Shout out to Mike Biz. Shout out to Sydney Barrios, who's in the chat with us earlier. David White, Jose Garcia, of course, my man always here. King Ribby,
Always.
Pudge Nice, Pudge NYC. I said nice. I can't believe it. Pudge
You
NYC. But if you are here, if you're still in the chat, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you're listening to podcast form, do me a favor and leave us a review, 5-star, whatever you guys like to feel, or however you feeling about us. Just let us know, man. We like the the feedback. We love the feedback.
And as always, don't forget to share.
Share.
So if you got a dog and your dog got a groomer, share it with the dog groomer.
Facts.
If the dog groomer got a husband or a wife, share it with them.
Share with them.
You know, share it with your priest, your pastor, your rabbi,
rabbi,
whatever you got going on, man. Just share.
Just share.
Speaking of rabbi, what was that? The guy from the Philippines or whatever that dude stuck his tongue out, told the kid to suck his tongue.
Oh man, the Dalai Lama.
Bro, why are we doing
this? Yo, all right, end the show, bro. Cat, just
listen.
Cat, end
I
it.
appreciate y'all being here. Thank you guys once again.
Yo, you heard what happened with the priest?
To the God of Knicks podcast. Thank y'all. Until next time. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
All right.